Yeah, I only know like baseline info on the whole DK Oldies thing. As I understand it, their prices just suck shit compared to like where you can get everything else for cheaper. I don't know if it's necessarily a scam, but I also just don't know enough about it in general. That would be huge, Scoots. Thanks for the resub beam. The consoles aren't properly cleaned and repaired. Mm. So they don't like fully refurbish or anything. Review Tech put Halo 2 in a DK Oldies Xbox and it wouldn't read the disc, but then he used his Xbox and the disc worked. That's concerning. I think the word scam is overused. DK Oldies clearly communicates the goods and services they provide and how much that costs. Yes, it's more expensive, but it has a market for people that want to get restored or authentic products and not deal with the sketchiness of eBay and Craigslist buys. Retro market is flooded with knockoffs, and certain people are just willing to pay more to not deal with that. Yeah, like I said, I don't know shit about the DK Oldies situation. I really don't. So I have no idea. Okay, you know what? I'm not doing anything else right now while we're still waiting for Ultimate to come back. Let's see. This DK Oldies Wii isn't refurbished. Is this a... So one of the main critiques I've seen about them is their prices are absurd in comparison to the others. Is this a bad price for this? I don't know. I don't know this secondary retro market or anything. So is this like super expensive? Not for a Wii, it's fine. The PS2 was like 200. Doesn't seem bad. Most people are saying it's pretty in line. Here, let me look up. Let's just see what it goes for on eBay, I guess. Let's see. Nintendo Wii video game consoles for sale on eBay. Let's sort by... Let's sort by price. So there's some here for 40. Some for 45. Here's a couple for 50. Here's one for 62.95. So it looks like between 40 and 50, 40 and 60. Here's another one for 60. So this seems a little higher than like the lowest on eBay. Because it seems like it's somewhere in this general ballpark, but this is definitely on like the upper end of it. Though I am curious why it says like 120 and then crossed out and you save $60. Is it normally 120? No, just a marketing tactic. I hate that. Really? I always hate that bait. If it's 60, just make it 60. Don't put that there then. If it's never been 120, don't make it seem like it's half off. That's one of those psychological marketing things where it's like, oh fuck, I need to buy this now because, you know, it's going to go back up to 120 at some point, so I'm saving money. Tiana falls for that all the time. She'll buy something because it's like marked off, and I'm always like, well, it was probably not actually marked off. uh, yeah, it's unlucky. I don't know if it actually is normally 120. Maybe they're not doing that, but chat seems to say that it's always been 60. No one is buying the cosmetically flawed one. There's an option for the good condition that's 120. Okay, so if you went to good condition here, it would go to 120. Why not just have two separate categories for it then? Thanks, Risa Beef. I will say though, if it normally is 120, because if it is normally 120, that is very high in comparison to what I'm seeing on the eBay listings here. Because the ones on eBay are not the cosmetically flawed. These are just like the normal, good condition Wii's. Some of them are even bundled and they're like 50, 55 bucks. This one's 59 and it's the full Wii bundle. So that would be quite high.
Now, once again, when I opened the Wii,
Okay, so it seems like it's just not
but
really refurbished, but it's in a working condition. So then it seems like the big issue is they're saying they did something that they're not. At least not in this case. Maybe this was like some kind of special exception where they just made a big blunder, but yeah, it seems like this is pretty common. Thanks to the resub, Dama and Alex in the Prime Mythical. That's just the retro gunk. True, I guess. Thanks to the Prime chip. Watch Jacob R's video on the PS3. I imagine it's going to be much of the same story, right?
I bought a refurbished backwards compatible PS3 from DK Oldies for $400, and in this video, we're going to take an in-depth look at this.
Is that price seems kind of high for a PS3. I've definitely seen those for cheaper. I recently bought a where is it? I don't remember where I put it. I originally bought like a 360 because Jackson and I were doing that achievement competition. It was far from being in the hundreds of dollar range. I think it was like $100 in total. And that shit works perfectly, and it came with all the cords, cables, and everything. Let's see what these normally go for. Oof. Again, this is eBay, so you could be getting scammed getting these, but the range is from like $95 on the low end. Let me sort. Let me do like a sorting to make this easier. Literally the highest one is 280. That's pretty high. 400 is pretty high for that. At least according to all of this. And I don't know if PS3 is maybe more in demand, so it's worth more than my 360, but the 360 I bought last, what was it, 2 years ago when we were doing that competition? It was like $100. And that came with like everything I needed.
Gig reverse compatible. I don't know why they call it reverse compatible.
That's actually the exact one that I still pulled up here, which is the most expensive one in the refurbished PS3 market on eBay, and it's listed at $280. The second highest one for reference is the exact same thing for $205. So the 280 one's even still an outlier.
Of random. No way. Not again. No. Another third-party controller. I mean,
huge.
$400 for a backwards compatible PS3, cosmetically flawed, and you give me a third-party controller.
That's a cool. Wait, what is that? That's a cool controller. That looks like some shit straight out of the 90s. Wow, look at that puppy.
Third-party controller. There wasn't even an option to upgrade to an OEM. That's just, I don't know. I feel like that's inexcusable. So guys, I wanted to take a brief moment to look at the listing and kind of show you why I'm disappointed. So
please do not tell me that if you do good condition, it's 600. Holy. Alright, I'm starting to see a lot of the outrage around the prices. That is... I understand charging more for the security of it. Like, hey, you're absolutely going to get what we're telling you're going to get, even though it's looking a little skeptical even in that department. But that security's not worth $400 extra on the market norm. And I don't even know if this is really the market norm, because again, this one I'm looking at is still seeming on the high end for eBay. The range is like 90 to 200. And this is going for fucking 600. In good condition. Holy shit. You can buy a new PS5 for like 500. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe you can.
scratched up dirty. Well,
The
I can't say it's
plastic's
too dirty
impossible to
yet, but
clean.
It's
Well,
very.
I don't think anyone's expecting them to magically erase fucking whatever this is, cat scratch marks all over it. But what you open up there and showing all the dust when this is supposed to be a refurbished and cleaned model or whatever, like that's you can absolutely clean fucking dust, right? Like that's pretty easy. I can clean dust, and I'm a goddamn idiot. Makes it tier 1 unique. The resubseptic.
Kind of smells.
To be fair, that's not even something I could even hold against the company. No matter how much you refurbish it, again, I do think it's always just going to be that way because it's old, right? Like, I feel like that's always going to be the case. The problem is they clearly didn't clean it at all.
That's what this is
Okay,
about.
so I think I've seen enough here. I think I now have a better understanding of exactly what's going on. So not only are their prices outrageous, they are clearly not refurbishing them. It seems like their process is just confirming if it works and nothing else, and then just calling it refurbished. So they upgrade to the latest system software, or they'll do like a full factory reset of it, and then just make sure that the games can work on it, it doesn't crash, and that's it. And then they do a huge absurd markup without ever actually cleaning them. Thanks to Resub Watson. I get it. I see why people would be upset about that now. Thanks to Prime Mike. What? What? They're just reselling marketing, and they're just reselling and marketing it as refurbished, a scam. Yeah, no, I agree. You'll get no argument from me because it seems very commonplace. That's no good. I feel like cleaning them is the easiest part out of all of that. Why skimp out on it? I don't know, man. I don't work for DK Oldies. I don't know. Maybe they don't have that many employees. Maybe they have so much volume coming through that they just don't have time. I mean, not that either one of those is a valid excuse. You'll be shocked to find out this is how 90% of refurbished items are treated. I'm curious. Hold on, let me get my 360 out. The one that I bought a couple of years ago. Let's see. Oh, here. I got the price on it too still. So my 360, I got this 2 years ago. 90 bucks. So Smash is starting? Alright, I'll swap. Hold on though. I want to see what this goes for on DK Oldies. So this is the Xbox 360 Slim 4GB, and it has the HDMI and everything on it. Ooh, the exact one. The exact one at $240. Ooh. Oh, actually, never mind. Marked down to $195. It's the exact one. Right? Let me see. Yeah, I think so. Oh, no. Hold on. That's the bigger one. So that was the 250. I see. The 4GB one is 150. That's it. That's no good. That's no good. That's big stinky. Uh-oh. Yeah, here. That's the exact one, and I got it for 90 at my local shop. And as for if it's refurbished or not, they actually, so at the shop, they don't even claim it's refurbished. But just looking over it right now, I don't even see any dust, and I've had this for 2 years now, so even if there was dust, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds about right. But like, it's pretty spotless, like, looking through the vents and shit. Like I said, actually, hold on, there's a little dust over here. But even still, shit works well. Looks nice. It's not even cosmetically flawed. There's no scratches on it or anything. 90 bucks. So I saved myself 70 bucks instead of going to DK Oldies for it. Ultimate starting. All right, we'll swap. What an interesting situation. It seems like such an easy thing they could have avoided too. Thanks to the Prime Epic. Still on melee. Okay. I really am shocked by like how not dusty this is.